the World Championships.
For Chinese Taipei, using Ing and Shen Su Yu. For Croatia, Chairman Rankovic.
And we're seeing China versus Bulgaria. Meng and Juulin are facing Catalina Gatinska and Sibel Ramzi. Do you know any of these players, Gavin?
I know the Chinese pairing very well. I commentated on them in a world tour in Russia a few months ago in the singles, in which Meng, I think she won the singles out there.
She did. I saw her in Qatar as well, which she also won in 2012. Very good, up-and-coming, very talented player from China.
We just need to wonder what the Bulgarian pair are going to offer in resistance to this match. Can they get off to a good start and try and steal the first set, make this into an interesting match? I hope so.
Of course, much like the game we saw earlier, a very difficult draw now for the Bulgarian players here, playing against China. I mean, it's not the top-seeded Chinese double, but nonetheless, I mean, if you look at the world rankings here, we have Meng at 11 now, Juulin at 6, whereas on the side of the Bulgarian, Catalina Gatinska at 199, and Sibel Rimzi at 413. So quite the disparity here. Chinese, of course, huge favorite to win this match.
I'm quite a fan of these luminous yellow t-shirts as well.
Do they give you an advantage or just like the dragon on the shirt?
I used to think that a shirt that was as close to white as possible could be an advantage.
It could, yes, of course. There's not much contrast to the ball. That is the physics behind that. So you tend to lose the ball when it's backgrounded by the shirt. That is, of course, why white shirts are not allowed in table tennis. Much to the difference compared to tennis, for example. But I think with yellow and black, we're okay.
Alors pendant leur échauffement, on présentait également les joueuses en présence autour de la table numéro 1, table 1 de la Chine, from China, Meng and Juulin. Ils affrontent les Bulgares from Bulgaria.
This 2-minute knock-up can be quite important if you're not used to playing on the show courts as well. Feels a little bit more like the size of a football pitch when you get out there. The ball does react a little bit different, doesn't it, Seb?
Well, I wouldn't know. I have not played in such a big venue, but I believe every word you say, Gavin. We've heard this from Richard Krause as well. Players tend to feel a bit different here playing in this big venue. Ball bounces a bit differently, moves a bit slower maybe through the air. I wonder how much you can adjust in just this 2 minutes. Meng has had quite success streak here in the last 2 years since she started playing on the World Tour. First event was indeed those Qatar Open 2012, which she in turn won. Had to go through the qualification and then won the tournament in a whole. It was quite the accomplishment for the then 17-year-old Meng. Semi-finalist of the Grand Finals in Hangzhou. Semi-finalist of the Russian Open 2012, which you commentated, Gavin. Won the China Open in Suzhou as well. Last appearance was in the Austrian Open 2013, where she managed to get into the quarterfinals. Won 3 of these competitions, though, in the doubles. So, talented double player paired with Juulin, I'm sure. Off to a good start here in this first game as well. 3 points to 1 their lead.
Lovely economy of movement there from the Chinese pairing. Moving into position with plenty of time to spare. Staying nice and balanced.
5-1.
And in contrast to the last match that we've just viewed, it's the favourites that get off to a very good start.
Good serve receive from Juulin using the, let's call it in fashion, backhand receive, the backhand flick even from the forehand side. See this more and more in professional table tennis. There again.
Benefit of that is opening out the rally, using lots of spin. It's not about using pace. More spin than speed makes it very difficult for your opponent.
Gavin, from the point of view of a professional player, what feels different when playing against a Chinese player? Because everyone says, oh, we're playing against Chinese, that's a completely different story than any other nationality. How does it feel as a player? How much different is it, really?
For myself, when I played the Chinese, I've always played quite well. I think that when they play, it's quite predictable where they're going to hit the ball. But the Chinese players, the quality of shot is immense. Right into the corner, right on the white line. It feels like you're being punched. There's a real solidity on the shot. And that's just from hours and hours of repetition on the practice table, and it's a pleasure to play against that.
So they're not cooking with different ingredients, but much more good quality of the shots, and that is what won them here. The first game, 11-4, 1-0, the lead for Meng and Juulin.
À la table numéro 6, table number 5, on retrouve double dame men's double avec pour la République tchèque, Czech Republic, Katerina Penkarova et Ireta Vavec-Norska.
Second game commencing. China to serve. Juulin opening up this game at level.
1-0.
Of the two Bulgarian players, Katerina Gatинска, of course, the more experienced, more established player. Also higher in the rankings.
As we've seen in the first service there of Gatинska, there was no signal underneath the table to say what serve. So that might mean later on in the match that it could be quite predictable where she's going to serve. She might have to be a little bit careful with that and try and give a signal, try and bluff the opponent. Let's see here if they provide a signal. There we go.
They do, yeah. And with the serve of Sibel Ramzi a bit too long, and that is not the first time. See Yuulin attacking right on the serve.
6-2.
That was well done. Playing that down the line. So waiting until Yuulin was stepping around to play forehand from a backhand side, and then instead playing it deep into the forehand side.
3-7.
And as underdogs, you have to take risks. Chinese pairing can just play diagonal, play nice and safe, trust their percentage shots.
Like you say, that's exactly what we're seeing here. Of course, especially with the forehand, it is most of the times easier to play diagonal. To explain that, is a bigger target to hit on the table. So that's what you meant by playing it safe. Down the line, much more of a risky shot.
8-4.
They have to start taking risks soon. It is 8-4 already in this second game. This game, as all games in this World Championships, a best of 7.
9-4.
Great. Let's not call it a block shot. It was more of a guided block shot here from Yuulin. Hitting it early on the bounce, imparting all the spin back.
9-4.
Well, that was avoidable by Katarina Gattinska, don't you think?
Gattinska could have possibly moved round, pivoted. She had time, I think, to play the forehand.
4-10.
Just lacked a little bit of confidence.
11-4.
11-4 already. Second game, as dominant the performance of the Chinese as the first one. 2-0.
Но като я завърти много и пада. Просто тя не отскача, се свлича.
Back in the action, third game commencing. 2-0 the lead from Meng and Yuulin over Katarina Gатинска and Сибел Рамзи from Bulgaria. And the women's doubles the first round here of the World Championships in Paris.
Chinese pair straight away, looking to open up on the service.
That was well done. A float serve, no spin on the ball. Yuulin misjudged that a bit. Lifted what she thought was backspin.
Even the Chinese pair in defence, very, very solid. They can attack and defend. Big secret in doubles.
Super MC now missing even these top spins here. I have to say, not to sound biased, but this is quite the one-sided affair so far. Of course, things still can change, but really in command of this game, Meng and Yuulin.
Very, very deceptive. Yes. I thought that was going to go wide to the